Oh, that was such an inspirational story that Valen did. But staying with youth-related stories, the youth of today are the most connected and tech-savvy generation ever. It's almost daily that you hear of an experience and new apps or new innovative digital technology, and many of them are developed in a region south of the U.S. city of San Francisco called Silicon Valley. Well, our next guest is from South Africa and has had many interactions with the startup phenomenon dominating Silicon Valley. And key to their success is the concept called mindset. Camilla Swart is ecosystem manager at Rise Cape Town, joins us now from our Sea Point studios to tell us more about this. Camilla, good morning and thanks so much for coming through. Well, let's start by taking a look at mindset. What is that all about?
Hi, thank you so much for having me this morning. Mindset is really a new concept that is being bandied around Silicon Valley at the moment. We had a wonderful speaker, Stephen McClellan, come through to Rise, our fintech hub that's run by ABSA in Cape Town, and we have a number of events, and he came through to tell us about mindset. And really what it's about is that in Silicon Valley and in Cape Town, the rest of Africa, when you're building emerging technology, your tech talent is key to your competitive edge. So you've got to get the best in class to build blockchain, machine learning, predictive analytics, and those roles are really competitive, and it's you're in high demand when you're that kind of talent. So what Stephen was telling us was that in Silicon Valley, it's actually becoming more and more important the type of workplace life that you have. So being able to be in a space with leadership that takes care of you, gets you driven in terms of passion. So mindset's really the culture and values that sit behind that startup energy. And that's what drives real recruitment and retention of high-tech talent into the space. So he was just describing for us when he came to visit, some of the pragmatic ways that you can shift work culture so that you attract those kind of talented individuals. So things like including people in decision-making. And he was describing how at Duke University, when they're training entrepreneurs, they've got way more focus on things like soft skills, so that you build founders that have got those amazing leadership skills that get people behind the cause. So mindset is really about a new type of work culture.
How do South African companies compare, Camilla, to other countries, at least those in the top quartile in the world? And also, where do you believe we are lacking?
So I think we're competing pretty well, actually. I don't think we're lacking too badly. I think there's a lot of appetite for disruption and innovative ways of working. So where companies have always been really traditional in their approach and kind of maybe a little bit scared of change, we can look to that startup culture to learn, what could work in a corporate setting that's innovative. So we've often looked to startups for their innovative solutions or products, but some of these tech startups can also teach us a lot about the way we work. So what mindset is kind of showing us in a corporate setting is that we can break down some of those silos and communicate differently and work in teams in different ways. So corporates are already, as we do at ABSA, we've already integrated those kind of lean startup methodologies or human-centered design thinking. Those innovative approaches are becoming more and more ubiquitous in big companies. And I think mindset will be the next trend to hit big corporates. And we're seeing what we're terming intrapreneurship now in bigger companies, where we're learning that a lot of the passion and drive that you see in an entrepreneur, you can start to bring into a corporate setting so that you see, I don't know, that sense of urgency, that solution-focused thinking, different ways of working in teams. So I think where we're lacking is maybe the appetite to change. If things are feeling really traditional, it can be a bit scary or daunting to shake things up, but it's worth a try if it increases productivity and helps staff feel more driven and happier in work.
And Camilla, we can't end the conversation without harping on education. How is our education system gearing learners for this? And also, you know, the corporate sector, are they on board, and do the two actually match up?
So I think what's really important, and it swings back to the beginning of the conversation around building tech talent, and that helps us get a competitive edge in South Africa, Africa, and the world. So I think when education can lean towards promoting students' capabilities in learning tech, promoting STEM in schools, helping young people find those opportunities, that's key. And I think there's a lot of resources actually for people who are interested in building a tech career. There's a lot of interesting programs in Cape Town specifically when you look at the City Initiative and Silicon Cape promoting those kind of jobs. Simodisa does a brilliant job as well in terms of creating opportunities. And, you know, a lot of the corporates are also doing really good work. The enterprise development teams, particularly in ABSA, they've just helped us fund our program for Black female founders in tech. So there are opportunities if you know where to look for them. And I think people are really putting a lot of focus into tech because it's a way to get ahead and to future-proof your business. So where people can invest in that talent, that's critical to the success.
Camilla Swart, thank you so much for your time this morning. Camilla is Ecosystem Manager at Rise Cape Town. And of course, talking to us about Silicon